Alright everybody, welcome back to the farmstead. I gotta make 3 doors for this goat shed. Now, there's gonna be one right here. Gonna frame it a little better. And one for right here. That's gonna be a half door so that the top can be open, the bottom can be closed. It'll keep the goats in, hopefully. This side right here will be for where the solar, we're going to put some panels on this roof. And then the solar will be provided, the electricity right there for that. And this side is just going to be a sliding door. It's going to go down that one side over there. Just slide, straight down. So doors can be pretty costly at times, so I thought I would make one. I was actually going to mill all the pieces, but it would have taken absolutely forever. It's getting late in the season. I'd like to be able to get it somewhat weather tight before it gets real cold. So I bought some plywood, treated plywood, and we're going to make it out of this. I'm going to cut some strips. It's going to be for like the trim around the door. I have some other stuff. It'll probably be easier than to tell you, so let's just get started. Alright, so here's what we got. We're going to try to use all of this to the best of our ability, because the idea is don't waste anything and make a door, right? So we're going to make them all 80 inches tall and 4 feet wide. 4 feet wide is a good number because they're already coming at 4 feet, so we don't have to cut those. 80 gives us about 16¼ inches extra. That'll give us 2 8-inch strips that we can use to take them off the top, and we'll make them runners for the bottom and the very top. And then we're going to take these strips that I just cut, run them down the sides to the bottom to meet those runners across the bottom. And right in the middle, we're going to put one of these, because I already had them. Put this dead center in the middle. We'll glue it all up, screw it all up. But let me show you what it's going to look like in a minute. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If you can see it. This will be a door. I mean, don't get me wrong. We could probably do a little extra, but it's 3/4 inch plywood, slats across the middle and the ends to make it strong. And to be honest, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll work. And this is the most efficient way with the material that I have. Like, I could probably buy extra stuff to do extra things to make it a little better or nicer in some way, but this is it. I think this is the way that all 3 of them are going to look. Let me glue it and screw it together, and I'll show you what I'm thinking for it next. Alright, so here's what we're going to end up with. I figured, why bore you with, it's just glues and screws, right? Cut the pieces, 2 beads of glue, one that way, on each board, and then what I did is just space these out evenly. All the screw heads, 1 inch from the edge, 1 in the middle, and then, split the difference on the ones in the middle. I did that for all of them. So there's one more step I want to try and do, and then we're going to put some stain and sealer on it. But let me show you what I got in mind for this next. Hey, here's what I'm thinking. Let's get this grain to pop. All right, so not too bad. That's what I was kind of hoping for. You can really get the grain to pop when you don't let it sit on there too long. This some of this wood on the edge was a little bit wet still because it's treated lumber, but still came out pretty good. Once we put the stain sealer on it, which will be next, it'll look even better. Alright, so I just thought I'd capture this part real quick. Torching the doors. Got 2 of them done. That was the first one. This one's going to be the split door. I thought I would just add this part just in case it wasn't obvious to anybody, but obviously you need a torch. And when you do this, you got to have sort of a light touch. You got to kind of watch the grain pop out. You don't want to go too much more than that, or else you'll burn it. Just the grain pops. Okay, not too bad. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so here's all 3 of them. First one is the split door, and then the 2, there it is. Everything's basically the same size except for the split door. It's going to swing, obviously, as a split door does. So what I'm going to do next is get a coat of this on there. I've used this same thing in a very similar fashion on the building, so let's get it on there and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that's the first coat. There's enough left for a second one. I've done the same thing on the porch deck years ago. Torched it and used this exact same stain, so I think it turns out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think.